everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Lizzie. This is Pillow Talk. It's supposed to be Pillow Talk Saturday, but it's 11 p.m. so I don't think this is going to be uploaded in time to technically be called Pillow Talk Saturday. So this week it's Pillow Talk Sunday. But we got hit with a blizzard and my whole weekend has just been clusterfucked. And I didn't have a voice most of the day, so I'm really hoping it sticks around, because after this I have to shoot our Sunday soulful sessions with Spirit. That's my guided therapy. But right now this is all about love, relationships, and sex, of course. And so look, in my life with my friends, I am the girl to go to for advice about relationships. I am open and I talk to people all the time. But doing it in front of the camera for the first time, some of the stuff might make me blush a little bit. I am a blusher. I'm Irish. I can't fucking hide it at all. Well, Celtic. I'm equal parts Scottish and Irish, and then I got Dutch in there too. So all the pal ones, all the pal ones are in there. Let's start with some channeled music. Let's see what the vibe is for this therapy session. I use music for everything. To vent, to help other people channel and vent, and to see what's good with your relationship. A song and its lyrics can tell me everything. I read between the lines, people. I read between the lines. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. This is my mom's favorite song. Cher, Half-Breed. We never settled. We went town to town. When you're not welcome, you don't hang around. The other children always laughed at me. Gave her a feather. She's a Cherokee. Half-breed, that's all I have ever heard. Half-breed, how I learned to hate the word. Half-breed, she's no good, they warned. Both sides were against me since the day I was born. Got a lot of hater-raters in this connection. A lot of the therapy is going to be this session might cover more than one thing, but for right now, I feel like a big part of our topic is learning to overcome other people's influences in a relationship, because, parents, friends, work, they all affect who we supposedly are loving, and it can sway you. You could have a happy, joyful union and be very in love, and the whole world can be against you, and that can tear your relationship apart. You could have it all and everybody else breaks it if you give them that power. But oh no, not at Lounge with Lizzie. We don't give our power away. I teach you how to take it back and stand up to these I'd like someone to tell me about my fucking future relationship, because I will it's going to be a hard day for that person, because I learned, and this is what you need to learn, and I'm going to help you during this session at some point. We have Brian Adams, Everything I Do for You, from him. Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. Search your heart, search your soul. When you find me there, you'll search no more. Don't tell me it's not worth trying for. You can't tell me it's not worth dying for. You know it's true. Everything I do it for you. Look into your heart. You will find there's nothing there to hide. Take me as I am. Take my life. I would give it all. I would sacrifice. There's no love like your love, and no other could give me more love. There's nowhere unless you're there, all the time, all the way. So someone is very caught up in this hate, getting hate for loving you, or you're getting hate for loving them, or just people hating this connection. But one or both of you is like, everything I fucking do, I will fight this world for you. Someone is saying that in this connection. And I feel like one person's like, fuck them, and one person's like, but my job or my life or my world revolves around it. I can't just be like, fuck them. And this person's like, why not? You know? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I'm getting a little, not to make light of your situation, but just to make you smile a little. What is the Spanish word for soap opera? Telenovela vibes. Just with the drama and the intensity of it. And then we have Van Morrison, Brown Eyed Girl. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains come. Down in the hollow, playing a new game. Laughing and a running. Hey, hey. Skipping and a jumping. In the misty morning, fog with our hearts a thumping. And you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown... I feel like the masculine energy in here, again, I don't assign genders. I don't know why they call it masculine and feminine energies in the spiritual world. It annoys even me because we call each other male and females on earth, but this is energy. It can be a man, female, male, female, whatever your situation is, whoever's in the masculine energy is gonna fight to the fucking death. They don't care about what any hater says. They just love it when you two are together. They're fighting for the authenticity of this relationship. And whoever's in the feminine energy is in this energy of being very 3D based, worried about what people are saying and the effect. And it's not so much like worrying about what people are saying because they care about the opinions, but it has like some kind of effect on their life in some way. So let's see what's going on here. I have all these channeled cards and I have mad decks. And again, this is a therapy session, so it's going to be a bit long. So if you want to pause it and get a drink, again, we could cover multiple things in relationships, or we could be staying with this theme. I'm not limiting us. I'm letting Spirit take us where we need to go. This is a guided therapy session, not a planned one. That is after the anger management one. I feel you're too good for me, that I could never match how great you are. So maybe there's like a level, a status difference here. This might not even be something off the ground. This could be literally keeping you two from like a sexual union or getting this off the ground. But I feel like there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of passion. It's like when two worlds collide, I keep hearing. It's like two different countries, two different social statuses. It could be like a boss and a secretary. Like, oh, you know, she only got the job because she's fucking the boss. Kind of like mad haterators in this relationship, but they don't understand what the true, genuine, authentic love. Like, you guys are yourself. When you're together, the world shuts down. It shuts off. All those voices, when it's just the two of you, it's magic. There's a lot of people that don't want to see you together. There's a lot of karmic reasons why you're hanging up, moving this forward, or why there's issues. I'm losing touch and the spark is dying. I want to work on us. Union is near. It came out in reverse. I don't read these in reverse, but I feel like a lot of this is popping to me too. So some of you out there aren't in union, as in you could be on a break or not taking this any further because of social differences. And some of you are in a relationship and your differences is what's dividing you. So I got two separate spectrums here, two very big differences, but I'm going to talk to both of you. I'm gaining the confidence to come forward and ask you out. So there is this, let me talk to the group that is not in union for just a second before we get further. I want to keep this nice and neat with messages. But this is what's keeping you from coming forward. There's like a very big difference, a lot of work in you two coming together. But what you're not seeing is, or what you're not focusing on, is the magic of it. Like, one of you is really seeing the truth, and that's the connections like this are very, very rare, and they don't come across every day. And when you find it, you should fight for it, and you should never give up on it. And unless you're both at that point of loving each other to the point of silencing everything else. It does not have to make sense to your employers. It does not have to make sense to your image. It does not have to make sense to your friends, your family. It just has to make sense to you, and it does. But one of you is like so scared of the consequences of choosing love. Honey, if you're worried about the consequences of real love coming into your life, these people are fucking fake as fuck. Get away from them. I don't care if you've known them for a day, if you've known them your whole life, if they pushed you out. Nobody who smothers your happiness this much is true to you or deserves you. I'm angry for the person in this connection where it said, oh, fuck, I put it away. Where's the song? Take me as I am. Take my life. I would give it all. I would sacrifice. There's no love like your love. There's no other that could give me more love. One of you is a real spiritual person. Like, really has come up in life and really sees the uniqueness of this. And you do too. But you're so like beat down into the 3D. Your whole life is 3D based. Everything about one side of this connection is 3D based, and this is your downfall. You got a fighter. You got somebody who would tell all of these motherfuckers to go fuck themselves. They would give up everything in their life for you. And you are sitting here contemplating even coming forward for someone that ride or die, for people who give you millions of reasons to wipe that happy out of your soul. A happy you have chased your whole life. They want nothing but to destroy it. This person wants nothing but to build it. And you're coming to I'm a true ride or die. I'm ripping this Band-Aid off. I'm going to be the counselor you absolutely need and will never get in an office. This is bullshit. These people do not care about you. They pretend to care about you. They pretend to care about your image or whatever they're proclaiming is best for you. It's never going to work because it's not going to work. It's not going to fit. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The same song over and over and over and over. But you can't forget about this person, though. You're seeing the fakeness of these people, though. And you're still allowing it to destroy. This person deserves better. Point blank, period. You deserve better. You're going to lose this person because you're allowing other people's power to make you weak. I don't mean to offend you, but I'm waking you up. You're being weak. And you're not. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I feel like this... It's not just this relationship. This is why I'm getting frustrated with the person who's not coming for. It's not just this relationship. You do this with everything in your life. You got an image, and that image is everything above your own heart. That's the wrong way to live, boo-boo. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you don't deserve this person. Maybe you're not ready for this person, because this person over here would fight wars for you. Anything that those people would say about you negative, they wouldn't let it stick. They take you as you are. Everything they're doing is to keep this relationship. Why aren't you matching that? Whatever side are you on? I'm losing touch and the spark is dying. I want to work on us. Do you? Cut this person loose if you're never going to let the 3D go. Because you're going to break this person's heart. And I'm thinking about you both. I got to move on from this one. Let's go to the people who are together, but I think 3D things are coming into your relationship. There could have been stuff that happened in your relationship that people don't like, and there could be gossip. Let's see what's going on. Sorry, sometimes I get harsh because It's so rare for you to have a fighter in your life. And I don't care what's going on. I find it hard to empathize with someone who just tosses a ride or die away like that. My whole life, people have tossed me away for being a ride or die. And I never understood it then. I can't understand people like that. Even as a healer, I just don't feel the need to help those ones. You literally have God coming down going, ah, here's an angel. And you are telling God it's not good enough. So, to me, I get offended for God. So I'm sorry if that seemed harsh, but don't dim your light for the world. I feel like you've been told your whole life to step away from the 3D. You still don't. Alright. That's why no cards come out. I just had to vent that. Moving on. Let's talk to the relationship who is still together. And it's fading. What do we need to know here? There we go. I want this so much, I'm desperate. I'd give anything to be in your arms again. No one will ever compare to you. Soapbox. I'm tired of silence and keeping it to myself. I want to tell you my truth and I want to hear yours. We need to talk. Your relationship is very balanced. You've both done the healing work and grown. Union is coming soon. Twin flame connection. There's this relationship I keep trying to jerk away, and Spirit's like, no, they're twin flames. But we'll get back to you. I'm just taking a second because that really just frustrated the fuck out of me right now. You cheated on me with them. It broke me apart and shattered my whole world. So yeah, I did feel like there was this energy of something happened. It doesn't have to be like a sexual cheat, or it could just be like maybe like someone talked shit about the relationship or put the business out there some way and it like left a bad taste in others' mouths. So there's like all this 3D energy talking about, oh, you deserve better, yada shmada, but you guys have moved past this. You love each other, but for some reason, and that's only for those that have some kind of scandal. For others of you, I feel like you could literally be in a separation here because there's a need to speak, to get back on the same page, or you're just emotionally distant in the same house. I'm not really sure what's going on just yet. But I do feel like you both want to fix it. But there's a lot of frustration here. There's a lot of hurt energy. But I don't feel a giving up though. No, even the person who is hurt or whatever happened here on both sides is not willing to just let it die. So that there's hope here. You know, I don't want to start this on a bad foot. Let me counsel you guys and then we'll get back to the other ones. Twin flames is just a frustrating fucking journey as it goes. Maybe I'm just feeling your energy. I can counsel this group and prepare for yours at the same time. Transmute. There we go. I'd give anything to be in your arms again. No one will ever compare to you. For the relationship that has had some cheating going on, there's definitely no physical contact because of it. Hasn't since. And if there was, it was like very awkward. I want this so much, I'm desperate, is where it comes in. Like they want to get the spark back. Like you might be doing the work emotionally, like coming back from the cheating. But the sex, though, it's just like, I think one person... The person that got cheated on, every time you guys go to have sex, it's like all their mind goes to. Like they picture you with the other person, even if they don't want to, and it hurts them. And I feel like they are working on this. This is something they recognize that is not fair. You know, clearly they're working on their relationship. But if they are apart from you and you aren't having sex, this is why. Because they can't stop picturing you with someone else. They're still very heartbroken. You cheated on me with them and it broke me apart and shattered my whole world. It could be someone they know. It could be your ex. there was a trust break. Again, it doesn't have to be a sexual cheat. It could be a breaking of trust, like breaking someone's counsel, telling someone's secret, telling someone's business. Cheated on you thought the relationship was sturdy and safe, and something treaded on that. Again, I'm not really sure if this is a couple that's like living together and working through it and there's just no sex, or if you're like literally separated because of whatever this situation was. Let's clarify what the soapbox is. What would you like to say? This one's getting quiet. Let's move on. I got a couple different decks. I wish it was you. So, this just got really fucking interesting and really hurtful for a certain group. I don't know where this is going. Again, I'm getting two different am I counseling two different groups here in the same aspect? Now I got three groups, because I feel like somebody's in a relationship, they cheated, they're actually in love with the person they cheated on. Like, or cheated with, not cheated on. Cheated with, not the person they cheated on. And they're like in this energy of, I wish it was you. I wish that I could be in this relationship with you. I'm in this mess. Could be somebody at long distance from you. It doesn't have to be somebody you physically cheated with. This could be like a cyber cheat. Maybe you're just talking to someone else. Made a plan of action. Turbulent issues, times, deep feelings and connections, emotional complications, miscommunication, cleansing, healing. Running in reverse. Okay, so I feel like this is connected to the same group. So I feel like someone cheated here and they're very in love with the person they're cheating with or cheated with. Again, it doesn't have to be a sexual cheat. It could just be someone they talked to or flirted with that caused a complication in a connection. Someone feels very betrayed. Someone feels very empty and alone and feels the other person pulling away. The other person was pulling away. I don't know, for some reason, maybe they're pulling away now and they weren't, but we have future planning is popping to me. And running in reverse, I feel like they're trying to make it work with the person they cheated on, not the one that they love. Maybe you have kids together. Strong survivor. Starting out of the gate with a very difficult. I thought we were going to be talking more about sexual stuff. No, this went left. This person, whoever I'm counseling, this is very distinctive, and I think this is why I was getting frustrated. This is a third-party situation. Whoever's watching this, this might actually hurt you, depending on who you are. But I got a masculine energy in love with two people. One they're in a long-term or marriage to, has built on for years, and has a public relationship with, as in people see them as a couple with so-and-so. They probably have kids, whatever. This person loves somebody else. I'm not sure if they're actually cheating, if they did cheat, or if this is just a cyber energy, because I do feel a distance. This person can't let go of this. I'm trying to decide the smartest way. I'm not listening to my emotions. So this masculine energy is trying to look at things logistically. Like, look, I built something over here. This person is good to me. They're ride or die. That was the ride or die energy. This person could be a good spouse, good parent. Could have been no real reason for this person to, like, turn the other way or fall in love with someone else. And the other person, this masculine energy, might not have meant to. But I just feel like a third party got in between this relationship. Let me see what's going on. Can you tell me about the long-term or spouse? How does this person feel about their person that they're with? Not the one they cheated with, but the person they're with. Public display of affection. Display of affection. They're laying it on thick with this person. Like, the public views them probably as, like, the it couple, or just views them as very in love, would be, like, really shocked to find out that this person isn't in love with this person anymore, or that they're having any kind of problems. Or they at least put, romantic display. This person and their spouse long-term make a show of their relationship in some way. I don't know if they're, like, in the public eye or, like, in... Like, this could be like the boss's wife that always comes in on Friday and everyone's like, oh my God, they're so cute. And really, they can't fucking stand each other. They just like the image. It could be something like that. You only seem to care about yourself and your own gains. You don't seem to care that you hurt me over and over at all. You think I have a big ego. So this is the long term. I'm assuming it's the feminine energy. It could be the karmic or the divine feminine. I'm not really going to label it, but the feminine energy is like, you don't give a fuck that you're hurting me over and over and over with this cheat or this overstep or this thing that came between your relationship. They're angry, they're frustrated, they're hurt. They want you to show their love. They're putting on a brave face to everybody. They're mortified that their relationship is falling apart. So everything has to be perfect. They can't control this relationship. So they're just laying on the PDA. They're laying on the social media love. They're gaslighting this relationship. Because they know they're losing this person. And the divine masculine definitely treats this person with a big ego to them, because they only, this feminine energy is like, you only care about yourself and your own needs and what makes you happy. You used to want to please me. You used to put time and love and energy into making me happy. You don't even consider me anymore. But this masculine energy who's doing the cheating thinks this divine feminine has a huge ego. They always make things about themselves, and I feel like this is where the divide happened. The divine feminine felt the masculine pulling away, stopped putting time and effort into, like, the romance, the love, the spark, they could have treated this person like gold, and then they just started not necessarily treating them like shit, but like they never had time. Like, careers could have got in the way here. Life got in the mix, and it's like you don't do the things you used to anymore. And I think they acted out, and they acted out incorrectly, but that comes from pain. Like, wanting attention from a spouse because you feel you're losing them never creates a really good response. They could have, been overly sexual or just picked fights or, anything to get your time and attention. And I feel like it came off the wrong way to the masculine. And the feminine, you think you're too good for me. I fear what they will do to me if I try to leave my karmic. Okay, we're getting into it. This divine feminine is clearly mentally unstable. This person has a lot of neglect, I'm not necessarily sold that this divine masculine is the one that's been doing it. This person could just be legitimate crazy. And that would have pushed the divine masculine away. But I'm feeling, if that is yours, you might get some counseling through this. But I'm feeling like this feminine has been driven over the edge. I think she knows, or he knows, whoever's in the feminine energy, that cheating is going on. I feel like they've tried to get validation for this. They've dug in, they've done the work, they might even caught evidence, and this masculine's like, no, you're crazy, but I don't feel like this person is. Clearly this person has someone else in mind. This is what this divine feminine wants to know. And perhaps maybe the divine masculine did that at first, but then eventually told the truth, and now this divine feminine is like legit crazy, like, I'm not letting you go. We do have a I'm sorry popping. I feel like this divine masculine gave up the third party because this, whatever feminine energy, is very scary right now. They're fearing leaving this person, so they won't. They're fearing a retaliation from this person. So I feel like the no communication, the ride or die person, is actually the third party that got ditched for this karmic that's a little bit unhinged. But I'm not making fun of this divine feminine, because I feel like, that would make me crazy too. If you're in a relationship and you're very in love, and slowly, like, you feel like your person's like not coming home much, not putting time into you. Is it me? Am I getting old? And you start judging yourself, and that can make you legitimate crazy. I feel like there's a lot of miscommunication. I feel like a lot of this could have been avoided if in the beginning of all of this, the divine feminine and masculine sat down and said, I feel a distance. Maybe you got sick of each other or bored of each other, and instead of talking about it like reasonable people, which, let's face it, that's hard to do because your emotions are involved, but like instead of treating people with respect, I feel like the divine masculine, I don't feel like they sought out another person, but I feel like a person came into their life and they it made them wake up to the feeling of being discontented in this relationship and not happy, so they kind of went this way. And then the divine feminine in this got all into blaming themselves and probably dove into working on their body and making sure the home was good, which is really sad because they're like putting all this stuff and energy into the relationship. Meanwhile, the masculine over here is putting energy into get out. But let's see what's really going on. I don't like to judge without knowing more. I'm with someone, but I have feelings for you. I can't stop thinking about you. I fear their reaction. I am waiting to hear from you. I feel alive when I'm with you. You have no idea that I like you back, and you're going to be very surprised to find out I'm in love with you too. Romantic display. Oh my goodness. Are you both with other people? This is getting very confusing to me as the interpreter. I'm with someone, but I have feelings for you is definitely the masculine energy. I can't stop thinking about you. Masculine energy. I fear their reaction. The masculine fears telling the karmic that they're in love with this third party. But this domestic, I don't know why that almost flew out of my mouth. But this romantic display from this, I think they're, you have no idea that I like you back, and yeah, this divine masculine's about to tell the third party or show the third party in some way that they actually want to be with them because they feel like they're losing them. But this is going to create a horror. Oh my goodness. I feel alive when I'm with you. I am waiting to hear from you. This third party is definitely waiting. Even if the divine masculine shooed this person they cheated with away, they're waiting. Alright, but let me tell, what's going on with the Divine Feminine then? Got the masculine over here planning, you know, very scared to tell, the old lover that they're in love with someone else. Very, very scared, but I feel like they're about to. Anyway, so what's going on with this Divine Feminine energy? Because I did feel another third party step up. Maybe you both found other people. Maybe the masculine isn't aware. I don't know. I got a crush on you. Ring shopping. Lone wolf syndrome. Runaway bride or groom. Oh my fucking God. I've seen this in past lives. This is a mess. This is a fucking hot mess. What did you bring to my table, Spirit? Alright, so you got a masculine in love with someone, a feminine in love with someone. In a weird way, I feel like you are in love. Is this a throuple? But we have lone wolf syndrome, wanting to be on your own, guarded, fiercely independent, party animal. Okay. This Divine Feminine's pretending they're going on their own. Like, I don't need you, is in this very strong capacity. It's because they have a backup plan. They got another man to fall for them. Yeah, trimming the fat. I don't know. They could genuinely be in love with this person, but I don't think so. I feel like they're just kind of trying to one-up this Divine Masculine. Oh, we got soulmates, so maybe not. Tell me more about this Divine Feminine and this plan. You both have plans to leave each other for other people. What the fuck? I'm not judging, but how do I cancel this? Tell me more about this Divine Feminine. Praying on my knees, please forgive me. Bossing up. I'm pretending to love them because I don't want you to know you were right. That I chose wrong. I can't face it yet. Meet cute. This feminine cheated first. Begged for forgiveness. Brought the relationship back. The masculine cheated. Now it's about getting even with each other. You cheated, I cheated. People came into your life in very mysterious ways for both of you. Oh my God. This is kind of a throuple. Kind of. But why wouldn't you just get out of your relationships if you're in love with other people? Like, what's the deal? Why aren't they leaving each other? In hermit mode. Maybe you're making a decision. You're my end game, my wish come true. You're the one that I want. Oh my God, I'm aware you're my twin flame. I've researched it and I believe in it too. You both found your twin flames, or you're both like wanting the other person to fight for the other. Maybe these side pieces were just to make the other jealous. What a sticky mess. Anything else in this deck that can tell me what's going on before we move on? I need to know what the hell. Meet cute came out again. I'm pretending to love them because I don't want you to know you were right, that I chose wrong. I don't believe a word out of their mouth. I'm hurt and angry at you, but I want you to care enough to make it right. I want a commitment. I want marriage and babies and a life together. I'm protecting you from my karmic. I don't want them to find out I'm planning on coming to you, or they will try to ruin both of our lives. Please be patient. Okay. Divine Masculine got cheated on first. Divine Masculine really tried to make this work. Divine Masculine fell in love, met someone not meaning to. I don't think that this was a meaningful cheat. Anyway, they did cheat. But this feminine that they're attached to is narcissistic, very vindictive. They don't believe anything out of their mouth. They have to play it safe. They want marriage and babies and a life with this, what their person would call the side piece or the third party. But that's who the Divine Masculine wants to give their time to. But they're protecting this third party. I'm not sure that the Divine Feminine in the situation even knows that the Masculine cheated. I feel like the Masculine is playing a role to get out of this marriage very secretly to go towards a new love. And the Divine Feminine always has a backup plan, always has a side piece. They're a habitual cheater. And the pieces are filled in. Let's get some more. Advice for the masculine in this, and masculine energy, whatever side. Take what side resonates to you. Oh my God, most of the deck is coming out. So a new deck I got for self-love at Barnes & Noble. Came in a box thing. I am making today count. I can and I will. I am brave and I have overcome my fears. Yeah. Making every day count, like saving your money, you're probably packing things up. Like, I feel like this feminine energy is very unstable. I tell my family and friends about you. I feel like the Divine Masculine is leaning on support. Every day it's like one step closer to the plan, but it's my time. Yeah, it's not about this Divine Feminine anymore. They're sticking up to this Divine Feminine. They can get away from this person, and they will. They feel very played. I think they're very savvy to the fact that this Divine Feminine, one is a habitual cheater and a habitual liar, and there's always going to be another side piece. And I feel like maybe this Divine Masculine got into depression and felt like, well, all people are going to cheat on me because I'm not good enough, but then met this third party, and through this third party I feel like learned some confidence and learned what real love is. Oh my goodness. We have Moon in Scorpio. Negative attitudes and fiery arguments are possible at this time. Channel your energies into positive physical activities like decorating or gardening. This is that energy of like wearing a mask, putting the image of I'm happy still in this marriage, but really secretly I'm planning to get out. But you feel, maybe you have kids with this person, or you just feel like, and until all your ducks are in a row, it's best that this person doesn't know what your plan is, and I feel like you're probably right. However, it's never right to be sneaky and vindictive no matter what happened to you. Like, even in I'm not judging you, because in my situation, I was in a very crappy situation. I had to get out and make small moves, and I did things in a sneaky way because I felt like I had to, and I really should have just said, you are forcing me to do this. I don't have a choice, and I don't want to be in this anymore. You make me miserable. Like, I should have just said that and dealt with the consequences for my own betterment of being a better person. We kind of step into the shoes of the person who hurt us sometimes. And now, granted, if you are physically unsafe, if waiting to the last minute to tell them because they physically hurt you, I feel like that's very smart. You don't want to put yourself in any situation where they're going to lock you up or not allow you to leave or possibly kill you. Like, of course, play the game. If your life is on the line, play the fucking game. Survival is key, and do what you got to do, and don't feel shame in that. God will get you out of that mess. If you need to play a role, if you need to put a mask on because someone's going to kill you or hurt your babies, you got to do what you got to do. That does not make you a bad person. I'm talking about people like me who is just more like emotionally and financially abused, when I could have stood up for myself instead of doing things in a sneaky way. I didn't have to do that in a sneaky way, and this is something I learned. Nobody can stop your plans. Nobody can stop your progression if that's really what you want. They can do and say whatever they want, but nobody can stop you. By doing things in sneaky ways, we're giving them the power to be this controlling person. I know it feels like you're always stuck in a situation, but the truth of it is, I walked away from everything. Pack a bag and get the fuck out if you don't want it. Everything else can be replaced but love, but your freedom, but your self-respect. It's just not worth it for stuff. It's not worth fighting it out for things that are just going to manipulate you. Like, I just feel the need to counsel you. If you are planning on going towards this person, you can still do that. You still can, if you have kids with someone else. Just because you leave the house doesn't mean you're leaving your children. Have an attorney, ask the attorney what steps you need to take. Like, do things in the correct order, not just because it's easier to be shady. Moon in Taurus. Now is the time for focusing on finances and practical matters. And I feel like you're not necessarily being shady in this, whoever's in this masculine energy, you're being practical. Maybe you don't have the money to get out, or you don't want to leave your kids until the court says you can take them with you, so you have to cohabitate with somebody who's a bit crazy for the betterment of your kids. I feel like that's a smart time to play a part, because that isn't being sneaky for you. That's protecting your offspring. That's a defense. I'm not talking about that. If you're in those kinds of situations and you need to wear a mask, I am not at all telling you to take that mask off and risk it, because at the end of the day, that's going to get you and your babies out safely, alive, in one piece. You have to play the game sometimes. That's the God's honest truth. You have to. If they're crazy, if they're abusive, if they're manipulative, the best way to get out, look at all the people, I listen to true crime all the time. All the people that played the game survived. Lied to them, let them think that they were liking it, and then when they dropped their guard, they would sneak off and get away. Play the fucking game when it comes to your life. Hell yes. I support that. And that, again, does not make you a bad person, but I didn't have to be as sneaky as I was on my way out. I felt like I did. It came from the right place, but I do feel regret and not just saying, listen, motherfucker. You know what I mean? For my own self, I wish I had done that several times and sooner. I did have a big blow-up fest, and the cops were called. All that probably could have been avoided if I had just, let it out of my body instead of feeling like I had to be quiet because it was safer. It was safer for that person, not safer for me. You know what I mean? Assess the situation. Let's get some self-advice for both sides. I am going to talk to you, Divine Feminine. I'm not just going to sit here and harsh your mellow, because there's always a reason why a female or anyone in the feminine energy from that wounded place always needs a partner, always needs a backup plan. That comes from trauma. So let's talk to the Divine Masculine. What do we need to tell the Divine Masculine in this situation? Bloom where you are planted. It's make the best of the situation. Like I just said, it's make sure you're doing things in the light and not because it's easier. And I feel like the universe is supporting you. But nothing has yet been decided. The hero of your cosmic journey, you don't really need love. You don't need this third party. You don't need this Divine Feminine. You have enough love to give to yourself and any children. You are the hero. But speaking your truth, like I said, that situation where I regretted, instead of having a blow up, letting all the, this is everything you did to me, you motherfucker. It all came out in one giant. And, that motherfucker deserved it. And I still feel shame for the way I did it, because that wasn't me. I am better than that. This person took me to that place, and it was my pain coming out of my body, so I do forgive myself for that. This is what you need to do. If you ever launched out your truth and it just flew out of your body, that's legit your trauma saying, I can't take anymore. I have no more room to shove this the fuck down, because that was the truth of it. all, like, I feel like it's relevant, so I'm only going to say it because it's relevant, because this is hard for me to talk about. But, like, in that moment of when my top flew off, I just saw myself pushing in the room by myself, pushing out a dead baby, you know, going through that whole traumatic, not once but twice, by my fucking self. You know what I mean? With this asshole. And, you know, all the lies he said, all the things that he made me feel like it was me when it was really him. You know, my birthday, like, I was like all these horrible fucking moments on a slideshow. And I was just like, I'm fucking done. I'm gonna kill you. Like, fuck out of here. And, like, you're not taking shit from me no more. Not one more fucking thing. And my top blew off. That's not me. I'm not a psycho. Not that. I don't feel like I was psycho that day. Everything I said was fucking truth. I screamed at the top of my lungs, loud as fuck, in front of the entire village. And, you know, probably shouldn't have done that. But everything I said was fucking true. You know what I mean? And it just wasn't like me to be. I'm very much a wallflower. I do not like attention. So the fact that I even did that, I knew that was their energy and their karmic shit being projected. That person loves the attention, loves, you know, they thrive on that drama. They thrive on making people crazy like that. They were in there laughing, having a hysteric fucking party over someone's serious fucking trauma. They would party like that, their own fucking siblings, you know what I mean? They seek out trauma in others, and I feel like I'm telling you this because this is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody who's heartless. Everything they do is to get those emotions. You know, the cops show up, they don't see the fucking horrible fucking shit said and done leading up to the point of that. You know what I mean? There was a lot of shit said that should never been said about anything to anyone that made me, and this person's going to keep doing that to you. I feel like this is why you're even scared to say that. Don't be fucking scared. Speak your fucking truth. Truth hurts. Just don't yell it across the fucking village. Like me. I will never do that again, but I feel like everybody needs a crazy moment, because I'm like, damn, I got some fucking balls. If I need to, I got some fucking balls, bro. I got some balls. I went up against men who literally would kill women and not blink twice. All by my fucking self. Not smart. No backup. Walked into the lion's nest. Listen, motherfuckers! Trauma comes out your body. Don't go there. I know it's funny now, but it really wasn't funny in the moment at all. And your great wave awaits. Yes, you are going to move away from this. You are going to move past it. But make sure as you're moving on from it, you're not lessening your morality. Like, that town will forever think I'm fucking psycho because of that one day. Not that I give a shit. Fuck that village. All the narcissists that live in it. Fuck them. But still, you don't need to put bad blood out there for yourself. Alright, Divine Feminine, we have fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. 1, 2, 3, jump. Write it into reality. There are no wrong turns. Alright, Divine Femme, I know that we could be sitting here harshing your mellow. You're not the first person to cheat. You're not the only cheater in the world. There's millions of cheaters out there. This is why I'm speaking to you. I think your destiny, this is going a little bit left, a little futuristic, but I feel like it's a good place to start. There's no wrong way to live because everything leads you to the person you're supposed to be. I think from a very early age, you have had a curiosity for sex. I don't really feel like it's emotional trauma. I think you just like experience. You like thrill. You like sex. You like, I think at a very early age, man or woman, you learned how to manipulate. You're probably somebody who's very good looking or very good in bed, knows how to get what they want from the opposite sex or the same sex. If you learned to use that for good, as in being somebody who helps other people come back from sex addictions and helps people who are habitual cheaters learn to be, stable relationship partners, but the only way to do that is to learn that for yourself. So Spirit's like, are you ready? Because I think you feel rather miserable. I think you beat yourself up. I think you have a hard time understanding why relationships don't work for you, why it's never enough, why you always get bored, why you always want sex somewhere else, or why you just love the feeling of falling in love, but you don't like the rest of it. Dig into it. Find out, let's follow that. Let's stay with you for a minute. Divine Feminines. Let's go here. Let's go deeper. Talk to me about this Divine Feminine's adolescence. Ooh, I heard sexual assault. Okay, well, I am actually the unique version of sexual assault. As in, I have a hard time having sex at all. I'm very prude. I don't put myself out there. That's actually very odd. Because the truth of it is, women who are sexually assaulted usually become very, very promiscuous, especially if they were sexually assaulted as a child. That natural curiosity for sex heightens when you are traumatized. Understanding sex and why people would want it so much to do that becomes an addiction. I feel like this is relevant for you. Let's talk about the Divine Feminine's adolescence. Oh my God, half the deck keeps coming out. A little bit more clear and precise, please. Weird is the new cool. Boldly express your uniqueness. You always felt out of place. I think you were very sexual from very early on. I think you started touching yourself way before most women. You're very maybe could have even gotten boobs early. You could have developed sooner. But your curiosity with sex always made you feel. I feel like you were somebody. Man, woman, doesn't matter. You always watch porn. You might have peeped through the windows, even at your own parents, at your own siblings, not to be gross, but because you were so fucking curious about sex. I was like that, and to an extent, I read every sex book in the library, just because I wanted to know what sex was about. But that came from my trauma, too. I wanted to understand sex. It's just we went two different ways with it. Again, remember what I said. I'm not judging you. I'm the weird one. Most women take this approach. They take their power back by being promiscuous. By choosing to enjoy sex instead of fearing it. Where I fear sex and don't always enjoy it. Most women take their power back and say, I'm going to enjoy sex and I'm going to have sex as often as I want. I'm not going to let some man ruin sex for me. Well, I went left. I wish I was like you to some extent. But I feel like you wish you were like me to some extent. Don't we always wish for what we aren't? That's the truth. What would your higher self do? You're a divinity in blue jeans. Yes. It's okay to... Honey, it's okay to like sex, and it's okay to be a freak. It's just not okay to cheat, is all I'm getting at. So let us put that on the table now. You can still have as much sex as you want. You can still love sex. You can be a freak as much as you want. But I want to help you do that with one person and not be searching for what you need in varieties of people. One, because it is true what they say. You can wear out your vag, and you can cause serious problems from having too much sex in your life. Your wall thins, and you can get STD or AIDS. Not saying that you aren't smart enough to protect yourself, because I'm sure you are. But we always work to lessen our odds, right? Become the elixir. Let your glow do the heavy lifting. Instead of cheating and going for another, learn to do it for yourself. Play with yourself, feminines. Never a crowd on the leading edge. Honor those who honor you. You hate being a cheater. You're not somebody who is enjoying this cheat. But it's like a drug. It's like an addiction. You don't know how to not cheat. You like attention. If somebody you like gives you attention, it's just the only way you know how to give attention back is sex. Let's talk about currently. Why'd you cheat in this relationship? You hold the key to an awakened life. 10,000 angels. You thought that this marriage or this relationship was going to be the one that, made the urge stop. You feel like this person is so good. They're like angelic to you. They treated you good. But you're very spiritual as well, so cheating would be even worse. You really beat yourself up about this more than anybody else. Ocean of emotion. Find a safe place to express your true feelings. You felt neglected. You weren't getting the attention you need, and the only way you know how to get attention is to be sexual. You're in great company. Pull back to proper forward. Or propel forward, proper forward. Yes, you're in great company. You are enough. You're always seeking love in other people, but you don't spend time on self-love. This is your problem. Build-in breaks. You've never been alone. You've never gone without relationships or flings. I'm not saying you've never not masturbated. You're addicted to sex. Of course you have, but that has never been enough. Celebrate the sacred gap. Give thanks for buffer time. Yeah, I think the best thing for you to face your sex addiction is to take time away from sex. And everyone's like, what the fuck? How is a sex addiction gonna, get better? What do you tell a heroin addict? In order for them to recover, they have to stop doing heroin. In order for you to recover from sex addiction, you have to stop having sex. That means just having sex for a thrill, for emotion, for a feeling, because you feel low that day. Just no sex at all. And if you can swing it, no masturbation either. Having that clear mind is going to help you see why you need sex so much. This will help with your cheating. The quest, plunge boldly into life. Yes, all the energy you put into, I need sex, I need attention. What would happen if you put it into something else? If you gave your time and attention to something else and didn't, think about all the time you have sex, think about sex, based around sex. That's a lot of time you're going to be saving yourself by dropping it and letting it sit for a minute. Be the bridge. If you want change, if you want this relationship to get better, you have to speak your truth. Owning a sex addiction, like any other addiction a person could have, you have to sit down with this person and you have to speak the truth about what happened to you and your trauma, about you being this way with every relationship, about not knowing how to be in a relationship and wanting to be in a relationship with somebody and wanting it to be real. But you're going to need patience. You're going to need someone who understands that. And, I think it's just best for you to be single right now, to be honest. Let's go to the Divine Masculine. What do we need to know about his youth? Let me wash. All that for 2 cards. In the Castle of Dreams, Become altered by the color of your dreams. There's no place like home. Nestle into the sweetness. You just want a family. You just want something real. You thought this person was your dream person. Maybe you even met them when you were young. Or you had a dream of what? Yeah, me time. Be the bridge. I think you spent a lot of time just being career-based and being on your own. You were probably someone who didn't want love or didn't really believe in it or really never thought that it was going to come into your life. In comes this divine feminine, and they feel like home. You just want to belong to someone and someone to belong to you. You want a other half. You want that dream connection, and just doesn't seem... It's like you always feel alone in relationships. Or you're always left alone in relationships. I think there's a neglect issue with you from your childhood. Or rejection. You took the cheating as rejection like you got when you were a teenager. Tell me current energy for the masculine. The return. Own your mastery. Yes. This is all this stuff brought up stuff from your adolescence of like not sticking up to people who treated you like shit, accepting things just because you didn't think you deserved better. It's you finally being the hero and sticking up to the bully. It's like your childhood version is watching your adult version just telling that bully, hey, go fuck yourself. Leave that kid alone. You know what I mean? And you're just like... I feel like this was very hard for you, but at the same time you learned so much about what you want. Love returned back into your life, I feel. There could be a past life returning. You could be like on this a spiritual ascension right now. I just got all this spiritual energy. You are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. The return, and you are invited. So something is coming back into play for you. I don't know if this is because you are spiritually ascending, you're doing the work. I feel like divine discernment, the magic zone, North Star. Uh-oh, divine drunkenness. You've been hurt, divine masculine. You've been attuned to the call. You've been sirened by a lover, not this one you're currently in. And you tried to be a good person in this relationship. You tried not to be a cheater, but you just can't help it. This person keeps making you look this way, and I think you should follow it. Not that I condone cheating, but I feel like this relationship on your side of things is over. Can we get a clarification? What does the divine feminine feel for the divine masculine in this situation? New beginnings, yeah. I feel like the divine feminine wants to start fresh. Or this could be, I'm going to get a clarifier, this could be them recognizing that you're moving on. What kind of new beginning does the divine feminine want with, thank you, confidence? They want to be able to be trusted again. They want the divine masculine to trust them or to have trust in the relationship. So I see the divine feminine as wanting to work this relationship out. Let me put these back and we'll see what the divine masculine wants. So I know how to counsel you from here. Too many. Just like half the deck. What does the divine masculine want in this connection? Courage. Wants to be able to speak their truth and tell this person, tell their family that they want out, I feel. But let's get a clarifier. What do they want courage for? empowerment. Yeah, they want to take their power back. This person wants to be single and away from this, whatever they're attached to. They're being guided. All right, so now I know how to counsel you. All right, Divine Feminine. It's going to be hard for you to accept that I think that there's just been too much bad blood between the two of you for you to really grow from this point. I'm not saying forever, but I think there's going to be some time between you. So let me see. What do you need to know? How can we help the Divine Feminine through this? Happiness. Focus on what makes you happy and not about sex. Not about, anything with relationship. Focus on health. Focus on hanging out with your friends. Focus on your career, raising your vibrations, putting in that you time, and healing and forgiving yourself. I really feel like you need counseling to really handle this sex addiction. I don't feel like you're going to be able to do it by yourself for a long period of time. I don't feel like you're somebody who can go long periods of time without casual sex. And until you genuinely get help for that, as far as support groups, getting a sponsor, talking to a counselor, working the steps is the only way to overcome that and become a loyal person who can have a commitment. You can't offer anybody that, not your person that you want to save or this person you have on the side. Nothing's going to be healthy for you until you do this. You have to love and be happy in here in order for any addiction to die. How can I help the Divine Masculine? Justice and inspiration. I think you need to file the papers and do things correctly and literally take the steps. You've been inspired by Spirit. I feel like you need to follow it. Whether it's just being single, the strength comes in you. And the strength comes by putting your foot down and speaking your truth. And trusting that you know what's best for you. And trusting that you can get yourself where you need to go. You can have those relationships. But I think right now, even with the third party, friendship is the only thing you should offer. Or maybe you want to travel with your friends and just... Uh-oh. I think you're going to build up this third party slowly because you are going to be grieving this relationship that you're leaving. This person hurt you. You're getting connections to your guides. You know you have to learn and transmute that pain. But there is somebody that is a friend that you want a family with. And I think you are going to move towards them when the time is right. When the time is right is key. If that's the life and that's what you want, don't set yourself up for failure, as in don't stay with someone who can't be loyal to you. It doesn't mean you can't take this person back if you want them after they do the work. Prove that they can be trusted. What do we need to know for this connection to close it out? Let's see if I can get any worthiness. No matter what side you are on in a cheating situation, whether you stay or go, that's always your decision. You're never stupid for staying. You're never wrong for staying. If you end up leaving at the end of the day, it comes when it's meant to. You got to follow your own path, but as long as you're trusting your instincts and you're not pushing them down and ignoring it, and you're working on that self-love, this Spirit's saying always never accept less than you deserve. So if somebody's going to cheat on you and treat you like shit, that's not for you. That's not ride or die, and you don't need to accept that. But if they cheated on you, it doesn't mean that they can't grow and change if that's what your heart says. Only you know what's right for you. Only you know the truth. If you want to stay and work on it, boo-boo, you stay and work on it. It's your life. It's your relationship. You are not stupid. You are not wrong. Don't let anyone ever tell you that. But make sure it's for the best of you. Make sure it's for your highest good if you do stay. Relationships. There's been so many people that stayed married and had a couple cheating relationships over like 50 years, and they love each other stronger than newlyweds. It can happen. It can happen. Doesn't mean that it's over if there is any cheating. Dating and life purpose. This is about worthiness. Whether you break up with somebody or you stay together, whoever you give your time and attention to, pay attention to those red flags as you're dating. Make sure you know what you want when you go to date, so that you don't accept less than what you want. Like, as in, if you want kids, only date people who want kids. If you like people who have ambition, only date people who have careers. Just know what you're after. Know what you're about. That only helps. And your life purpose should always be fair and just. And you're always gonna end up with the connection and the intimacy and the partner that's right for you at that time. And I don't feel like anything right and of a good, strong foundation comes when you aren't healed. When you're high vibration and you're doing your thing out there, this is when you're sexy. This is when people are drooling over you. And that's when the connections come into your life. And the intimacy comes from you being able to be comfortable to be yourself, to be open. And if you're not comfortable to be open and be yourself, you can't be intimate. But it's got to be connection and intimacy. It can't just be about sex. Sex is like 1/3 of a relationship, okay? It can't be everything. It can't be what it's centered on. You're always going to have to work at it. You're always going to have to grow in your relationship. Relationships are not easy, ever. And you're always going to have to forgive. Like, forgive yourself for mistakes you made. Forgive your other people if you want to make it work. In order for it to make it work, you have to forgive it and dead it. And not keep dragging it up in every fight as well. Let me see if I can get some advice on a whole collective just for cheating and anyone who's been cheated on. Let's talk to you. Current relationship, been cheated on. How do they deal with it now? Friends and colleagues. This is how we get over our exes, which I'll be touching more in the next reading. But friends and colleagues are people in your life that you don't have a romantic connection with. This isn't going to be a romantic complication. Going out with them and talking and getting your feelings out and them making you laugh and making you see your worth and making you see that everything works out the way it's meant is the best medicine. Like when you're just sitting home wallowing in sadness and not telling anybody what's going on, there's no healing, there's no growth. This is about surrounding yourself with good people who are true to you, that you can talk to, that you can vent to, that you can let loose with. Professional assistance. Put work in. Like, the best thing to do when you're going through heartache is to use that fuel as ammunition for something else in your life. It's not true. The way to get over someone is to get under someone else. The way to get over someone else is to throw yourself into something else. So, like, your job. Like, I'm not going to stay home and wallow in sadness. I'm just going to pick up extra shifts and work my way through it. And hey, there's more money in your bank. Hey, you're getting your boss's attention with taking all these extra shifts. Put your energy elsewhere. Deception. This is a big part of when people get cheated on. I was guilty of it. Like, anytime someone's like, oh yeah, I heard what happened to so-and-so, and I heard he did this or did that. Instead of saying, yep, yeah, he's a fucking dick. I shouldn't have said that, but I did. You know what I mean? Don't add to the fuel. It's not helpful. Back and forth. Yeah, it's not helpful to sit, like, what if I did this? Well, this person would have cheated if I did this. Did they cheat when I was doing this? Did they cheat when I was... This is never helpful. To sit there and go back and forth about the past. The fact is, they cheated. Not you. They. That was their action. That was their choice. No matter what's going on in the situation, in the relationship, that was their choice. It has nothing to do with you. It's not something you did. It's not something you said. It's not something you could have changed. That person made up their mind. They made that choice. They could sit there and give you 50 million excuses as to why it could have been your fault that they made that decision. But the truth is, they made that decision. Don't go back and forth. They made a decision. They deceived you. That's all you need to know. They're not for you. They're not true to you. Goodbye. Of course, we have to go through the emotions, and that's why you're going to pick up extra shifts and not sit home and eat ice cream, because you're going to regret those inches on your hips. Trust me, I know. Use the best revenge is the glow up. Revenge body. Getting your shit together. Getting a nice house. Making yourself look fresh to death. Transform your life is the best revenge for any cheating situation. And loving yourself. Loving man or woman, put that love that you wanted that person to give to you, put it into yourself instead of beating yourself up. Why should you beat yourself up because that fucker cheated? Fuck that guy. Yes, I feel like shit. My relationship's over. Yes, I feel like shit because they duped me. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give this fucking asshole the pleasure of me crying about it. You know what I mean? Fuck that person. Go forth and crush it energy is the advice from Spirit. Yes, only give commitment to those who earn it. If they don't fucking earn it, if they ain't your ride or die, if they aren't someone that puts what you put into it, don't be sad about leaving them behind. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Richard. We don't need you. We only need ourselves and Spirit. And when we're at our high vibrational, Spirit says, hey, high vibrational person, being who's doing the work and is great. Here is also a high vibrational person who's doing the work and is great. Have a happy life together, you rock stars. That's when it comes in for you. When we're low vibes, we get the dick face cheater boxes. What else do we need to know about cheating? I feel like this is where we're going. Positivity. Yes. When we get cheated on, the first thing we do is, I don't deserve that. Or what did I do to get cheated on? How dare they? Am I not good in bed? Do I not look good enough? Am I not cool enough? Am I not making enough money? We nitpick ourselves. Instead of turn around. Well, that's one last headache I gotta worry about. He's your problem now. Or she's your problem now. Bye. Don't be sad when your suitcase makes room for itself. Because if things just walk and crawl out of the suitcase on their own, that's because Spirit's making something good come in its place. Be positive about it. All right. You're a cheating asshole. I don't need you. I'm not going to sit and beat myself up because you're a cheater. Friendship, yes. This is about leaning on friends. Friends are great. Friends get you through everything. Go with those people that bring out the positive, like, bitch, you are hot as fuck. That guy's stupid. That girl's stupid. You're fresh to death. Anybody wants you. They can't see your worth. They can go fuck off. Team cheerleader. Go hang out with them. They are the best boosts when we are feeling like shit. And if you don't have a friend like that, you can hit me up. I'll put my email in the description box. I will give you a pep talk all fucking day. Fuck them cheaters. It's okay to be on your own. Be comfortable in your own skin. You don't need anyone. You are the magic. You are the magic sauce, my friend. You are the truth. You love yourself. You don't need anyone to love you. You make your own money. You can take care of your own self. You have your own place. You don't technically need anyone. Always remember that. And you will always be a boss. What ones didn't we touch? Let's go to the dream deck. What is the collective dreaming about that we can cancel? As in, what are you fearing? Nature. A lot of us are fearing if we put that long haul and we go through life with someone and we climb the mountain and we get to the top and they're going to cheat on me and want someone younger. Or, they're just going to want to climb a different mountain, or there's going to be another mountain. It's like all this work and energy I'm going to put into it, and it's going to end like shit. We're all scared of making the wrong choice, betting on the wrong team. Money. Everybody's 3D based. But it's also, is this going to be worth my time? Is it going to be worth my energy? Or is it just going to be another burnout that leaves me sad eating ice cream on my couch every Saturday? Like, is it even worth it? Fighting. There's a lot of conflict and unrest in the world in general. But I think people are fearing toxic relationships, fearing getting into karmic relationships, fearing people only want someone for their money or status. So how can we counsel, Spirit? The collective's scared to put in the work and then, make all this, build an empire with someone just for it to come crumbling down. How can we help? Dogs in reverse. This talks about disloyalty. You're forgetting the fact that, look at this mountain. This would be something you built, right? You built this mountain. You built the trees, you had the water cleaning it. It's beautiful, it's magnificent. No, nothing can shake this mountain. But if somebody comes in and is unfaithful to you, you're the fucking mountain. And if they're not loyal to you, you pick up your goddamn mountain and you put it somewhere else. And you start all over, because if you built the mountain once, you can build the mountain again. It's not the fact that you need someone to build the mountain. You already built a mountain. You are a mountain builder on your own. If they're not loyal to you, if they don't ride for you, they don't deserve to be on your goddamn mountain. Anyway, whether they've been on the mountain for 5 years or 5 fucking minutes. If they stab you in the back, get the fuck off my mountain. That's what Spirit says. Like, don't get hung up on the amount of time or the amount of things. That's how you stay 3D based. Be focused on the fact of, I only want you here if you're loyal. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do. If you ain't loyal, I don't need you. Point blank, period. Alright, so how do I counsel you for people who are scared of investing and being taken advantage of? People only being about money or not having enough. Again with the dog in reverse. If they don't love you for real shit, as in not your money, not your status, not who you are, what you do. If they don't love you for you without you giving them anything other than your heart, then fuck the fuck off. Spirit's going to keep saying the same thing. Because you're the mountain. You saw me shuffle it. Oh my God, the literal mountain card. Yeah. You can get through anything 1,000,000 times over. You only want to climb the mountain for people who are in it for the right reasons. If they're not in it, they're going to fade. They're not going to want to climb this mountain. You're going to get to the top by your damn self because they're lazy motherfuckers. If they ain't loyal to you, not your things, get rid of them. And if you bet on someone and you find out that they only want you for your things, that's some badass karma they're going to be getting for themselves for fucking with you from Spirit. You're out here doing the things for the right reasons and they're doing it for the wrong reasons. Why are you worried? You're only going to be rewarded for that in the end. You're out here doing the right thing. You love someone. You had the right intentions. You're a good-ass person and they took advantage of you. You ain't got to worry about shit. Fuck that person. Bye. Need you. That's my answer to everything. I don't need you. Anyway. We have wedding and house in reverse. There is no... You shouldn't be fighting about weddings and marriages and like bridezilla, and you shouldn't be fighting about... There shouldn't be fighting in the home and the marriage all the time. Yes, you're going to have spats. You know, you live together, you spend a lot of time. There's going to be moments of like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But for the majority, you should always speak to each other for the respect. You should always have respect. You should always want to come home. It should be more pleasant than it is hard. And if it's not, it ain't worth fighting for. At all. Literally. If they want to pick a fight with you, like, I ain't fighting with you. Bitch ass, petty bullshit. That's what I do now. When somebody just like pops off at me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Who are you? Like, I do not care. Annoying little fly. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Tell it to someone who gives a fuck. Because this face ain't it. I do not care. Don't take anyone's bullshit in relationships either. All in divine timing. Everything happens. Don't overindulge in things. Take your time. Get to know people. Take your time. Be ready to have kids. Make sure you work all the kinks out, and then you won't have to worry about these things. And when we rush, when we don't listen to our instincts, that's when we get ourselves in a little bit of a pickle. Alright, anything else we need to know for this week's love therapy sesh? I gotta start my laundry, or I'm gonna have no clean underwears for work. No, actually, that will be the only thing I have. I have way too much underwear. I won't have anything else to wear with it. Oh, crown chakra, strengthening bonds and healing begins. This is about knowing your worth, knowing what you want. When you are on a date, when you are picking a spouse, make sure you have dotted all of the I's and crossed all the T's, and your crown is on when you make that decision. Like, yes, I have confidently thought about this person and our future. I feel like our bond is strengthening and it will continue to strengthen. Then that's something that's worth betting on. I think, and Spirit's backing me up here, that true love heals you. Like any kind of hurt, anything from your past about love, anything like that. When real love comes into your life in a slow way, every person who hurt you and hurt your heart gets healed by their kindness, by their love, by their grace. True love heals you. Point blank, period. That's how you know it's right. Find balance. Everything should be an equal give and take. If you're putting the work in, if you're being loyal, that person should be being loyal and putting the work in. And if they're not, that's not a healthy relationship. We're always learning. We're always growing. We're all out here to teach each other, but we're not out here to judge each other. So make sure when we're out here, you know, I'm guilty of it too. Like when people I love get treated on, I'm like, fuck that guy. Get rid of him. Or fuck that girl. What a bitch. You know what I mean? We can't do that. We can't immediately rule people out because they love them. This could be somebody that they want to stay in their life and keep. And if that's true, then we have to get better as a society and realizing that people make mistakes, but they can learn and grow from it. Let's not always, once a cheater, not always a cheater. You know, if they do the work. Embrace. Embrace who you are. Embrace your fears. Embrace the truth. When you're feeling like something's wrong, speak it. Like, if you're in a relationship and you feel like there's a divide or that there's something going on, instead of letting it fester, come together and talk about it. Like, look, I don't want to, I'm like, maybe I'm psycho, I'm just like going through it, but I feel like we are emotionally not like we were. Like, should we spend more time together? Like, are you falling out of love with me? Like, like all the things we're afraid to say, we need to speak. Because by saying it, there might be way off. Your person will be like, no, I'm just caught up with work. I'm so sorry that you feel that way. But yeah, let's spend some time together if you're feeling this way. Just like being calm and talking, I feel like would help. All of our problems stemming around cheating comes from miscommunication and not giving each other time. If we fix this, if we keep continuing to blossom and keep that romance and always working on that spark and always making sure that the other person is validated in their feelings, you know, It's when we refuse to see that something's wrong, or we refuse to acknowledge the elephant in the room of, like, there's not much passion going on right now. Why is that? In the challenging times, you got to come even closer together. When you feel the need to pull apart is when you should, if you really love each other, is when you should stick to each other more. Because everything in this world is built to tear you apart. Money, jobs, people, anything. Leaning on each other is the only way to survive. Talking to each other is the only way to survive. And don't be afraid to go your own way, to just be on your own and love yourself. And put the work in as long as they're putting the work in. But you got to heal from any control issues. I feel like cheating comes from a lot of control issues. Needing to be in control of your heart space or your mind. By cheating, you're not giving someone your heart fully, so you're not fully committing because you're scared of that. It makes you feel helpless and hopeless, if you don't have that control. You got to learn to heal that. You got to balance that in order to have a balanced, healthy relationship. So if you don't heal yourself, you're always going to be a cheater. You're always going to find cheaters because you're going to be manifesting the same type of lover. The only way to free and move on from it is to do the work, to see the truth, where it all stems from, where your trauma comes from, why you choose relationships, why you cheat, why you stay with cheaters, asking yourself the hard questions and doing work about it. And it's going to be hard. Breakups are hard. Pain and cheating is intense. But if you do want to come together, I think it's important that everybody knows that they can master their own heart. They can master and overcome anything. It doesn't always mean that the relationship's over. People also cheat for very stupid reasons, like somebody gets a cancer diagnosis and they lose their fucking mind and do something stupid. That doesn't mean they're going to throw 40 years of marriage away. You can come back from it. That isn't, just because someone cheated doesn't mean that they don't love you. You have to really assess and look at your situation and do the work in yourself and recognize if they're doing the work too. Because if they're not doing the work, it's not a give and take. It's just a give. And keep giving and keep giving, and they keep taking and keep taking and keep taking, and you're going to end up in the same spot. They got to change, you got to change, you got to grow together, or you're going to grow apart. Every day you should be letting each other know how you feel. You should be affectionate in some way. It doesn't mean you have to do something extravagant. It could just be like a brush of the face, or you look nice today, or just a touch of the hair, or a little pat on the booty. Something. Make them feel wanted. Make them feel loved. It's not enough to just say you love them. You have to show you love them too. Actions are everything, not just words. I hope this is helpful. It was a very bumpy first one. But let me show you. I do have a naughty deck. I just didn't feel like bringing it out. I didn't feel like it was a sexual vibe this time. But cheating is very prevalent in a lot of people's lives, so I'm not surprised that that came up first, and I'm sure we're going to touch on it again. But I hope it helps in that area, at least for now. I love you guys so much. Please like this if it resonated. If you want more like this in the future, if you like my energy, please subscribe. I have to pack my laundry in and do a personal reading, but then I'm going to get into the Sunday Soulful Message. So see you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.